Howdy. So today I'm going to continue on the sheetrock. Surprise, surprise. Lots more to do. But also I just wanted to show you something I was working on a little bit yesterday. I'm going to work on today. So it's the wall here. What I did was put in a one gang box, and then there's two Cat 6 connectors in there. I got a Cat 6 cable. These are Ethernet cables. We're gonna have like a shelf like right back in here with our router and everything kind of sitting back here behind this TV. So we figured I wish I had done it before we foamed. I didn't really think about it, but we want to get it done before we get the walls up, obviously. But so I got a couple boxes here. This one is gonna have this cord, or this cable you see there. I'll show you. So drilled through the wall. So it came through there, through here. Hopefully you can see that. And then it just drilled down through the floor into the utility room. This little corner here is gonna get framed. This is our sewer vent. I'm gonna frame this out, and we'll sheetrock around it, so this will kind of drop right into the middle of that, and then down to the floor. I did that just because since we had the wall open, figured we might as well get some, run a cable downstairs in case we ever needed it for something. So I've got basically an Ethernet switch that's coming off of our stuff, and that's gonna, out of that, it's basically splits the Ethernet up. There's gonna be one goes to that downstairs to the utility room. This one, which I'm gonna work on putting in today, is gonna be running to our little what's called a nano-beam, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But I got a cable I need to run through the wall that direction outside and out by our satellite receiver. So it's a system that will allow me to broadcast my internet from the garage apartment here over to the cabin office. And then I'm going to put in this other box right here. I need to trim up the hole a little bit to make the connector fit through, but our Starlink cable is going to pop out here as well. So the Starlink cable is going to come from outside, right through the wall, pop out here. Then it's going to split into a few pieces, and then go where we need it to go. I'll show you a couple things here while I've got you. So what we've got here is this will connect to our Starlink. So our Starlink will come from outside, connect to this. This goes into the splitter. One's going to come off and go into this. This is a power over Ethernet injector. So that's going to go into that, which is plugged into the wall to give it power. It's going to split off into this little guy into the wall. That way I can hide all of the connection behind the wall. This guy is going to run from the... So this goes into the faceplate of the wall. This is going to come from behind and run out and outside, connecting to this. This is called a nano-beam. So that cord will connect underneath there. This will actually, I'm going to point it at the cabin. There's going to be another one over there, and I'll show you that we'll update on a video there. But this will receive the signal. It's basically like wireless. It's not just Wi-Fi. It's actually broadcasting the signal. The other one will receive it, and then we got a little, basically a mini router over there too. So it like gives you another little spot to open your network wirelessly without any speed drops. So yeah, and then the other one coming off this splitter goes into that wall like I just showed you, and it's going to connect to that cord that I already have running in the wall. So There's more space if we ever wanted to put something else, but this should cover us pretty well. We have good service for internet up here with our router and everything. Wi-Fi is obviously not a very big space. Downstairs it's fine, but I ran a line downstairs anyway, just because in case we wanted to add something, or you wanted a hard line plug in down there. Why not while we have it open? But then the cabin, the speed really drops off because it's just out of range, kind of right on the edge of the range. So that's why we're doing that. And as I said, this long cord I'm going to work on today, it's going to go through the wall, outside, connect to this, broadcast the beam. And so it's this and then the Starlink cable that we have coming in that today I need to run in the wall and get it out of the way so we can sheetrock. Josh is coming up to help me sheetrock today and hopefully tomorrow. So I'm hoping to get those two walls done and the bathroom wall. So that's the game plan for today. Stay tuned and we'll show you what we're up to. So just quick show you what we got going on here. Hopefully you can see that I got the cables run underneath there, up through that one, and over here. Again, this is going to a downstairs one. This is going to a nano-beam outside. And then the gray cord you saw is the Starlink, and we're going to have the end of that coming out of a box that'll be right here. And there'll be a shelf here with all of our networking stuff. So we got all that. We have this one hung now. Josh is here. Say hi. Back helping again. Yeah, you probably wonder what I'm having to do to convince him to help me hang sheetrock. But he's just a nice guy. So we're gonna hang this piece full sheet here. We have both those cut. And then we got one more to hang out the bottom. We'll have to move some stuff out of the way to get that one done, but get this wall hung here. Got about an hour to play with, and then we'll see. I'll maybe start moving this evening onto the next wall, but hoping to have this done today. And I'm going to work on some networking stuff. Tested all my cables and everything's working properly, so it'll all just be tucked behind this wall. And cleanup stages now. Got that wall hung, and then those two pieces there, and all my cable is pulled. So pretty good progress. Josh, I think, is going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to see if we can't finish these two full pieces and then this wall here. So it'll be awesome progress. Pretty happy with today though. Hey, welcome back. Last day of the weekend to get some stuff done and just showing you the progress. So yesterday we finished the kitchen side there. Today we replaced this piece. If you remember from the other video, kind of chipped out a little bit. So we just wanted to clean that up, and then so we had an extra piece to cut through. Then we just cut this full sheet with a bunch of cuts. Had that cabling there, that one running off downstairs, this one running outside. Here's the Starlink coming inside, and then power outlet down there. And we just hung this. I have to run that screw line on the very bottom. Yep. And then Josh noticed we have a little moisture coming in between these beams here, and I think it's because there's no foam. This actually runs all the way to the sheet metal on the outside. Hopefully this next summer I'm going to re-roof to alleviate this type of thing, but there's a way for it to basically condensation to kind of leach inside. So notice that today. But we're gonna next work, I'm gonna start working on cutting this sheet, and this sheet, And maybe get to this sheet too, and just get this the rest of this wall knocked out. And there's a couple odds and ends, but then we'll be down to getting some more rock for the bathroom. So pretty happy with how that turned out, all in all, with our all our stuff for our internet. And then we put in 2 braces right here. So the TV brace is there, and then I got brace here because we're gonna have a shelf that's gonna come in right there with all of our internet stuff plugged in. So we'll see how far we get today. We'll show you the progress. We now have a bathroom that is separated by drywall. All that's left is a tiny little triangle in the corner. This piece is done. Some of my networking stuff. I'm gonna have a little shelf there, so yeah. Got a door on order, so we'll get our pocket door in here soon. A few more screws to throw in up top there, but other than that little corner, the end piece, and then that little piece over in that little nook, vertical there, and then that little panel on both sides there, kitchen and on the side of the fridge. Good to go. So now the pup can't get back there, which is pretty awesome. Alright, I'm going to clean up and we'll get back with you. Howdy. So taking a break from some sheetrock. Hopefully you saw everything we got done there. And on to do some networking. Internet and access to stuff is important on the homestead. So you saw in a previous video, hopefully, that we have Starlink here now. Show him. There he is. And I got my kind of jerry-rigged system. For now, I'm gonna do something more permanent. But so the gray cable coming off the dish goes inside. It's all behind the wall now, and then it pops out where I showed you. The black one coming out is a network cable coming out, and it's for what's called a nano-beam, and that is this guy right here, the nano-beam. It's on. So I'm working on rigging up something temporarily here for the nano-beam. What this thing does is it takes internet off of the switch that's inside, and it runs it and beams it just like a cable, but wireless. So I'm trying to get it set up to beam to the cabin. Inside the cabin is one that receives. It's the same thing. And then we have a little, basically a mini router or an access point that will be set up inside the cabin. So we'll have the same internet speed, theoretically, as we do here, right from the dish, beamed over there. So we got a good line of sight, kind of angled down. I'm just working on rigging this up. Right now, I'll show you what I got. I just rigged up, got this pipe piece that I screwed to this 2x6, and it's going down, and I'm just working on getting the bracket tightened up, get it aimed over there, and hopefully tonight can at least get some of this going. Get that our office, as you know, is over there, so getting internet speed there and not having to use our hotspots would be nice, and then we can downgrade our cell phone plans and kind of move past that phase. So anyway, it's a sort of temporary solution. I'll probably do something that looks a little bit nicer come time when I am done with the deck up here, rig something up with the dish, and then I'll rig something up there. On the cabin side, I'll get to show you that here in a little bit. Take you down here. There we go. So my little 2x6 nano-beam. It's not quite level. There we are. Almost. Little power's on, obviously. And then I'll put a drip loop in this cable. Hopefully keep water from going up on it. So just make a little loop that'll hang down. So anyway, just hanging out on the homestead doing drywall. So just to show you next little piece here that I got done. I didn't show all the cutting and everything, it's more the same. But we did decide to add, so this is the kitchen area. There'll be a cabinet here. Our little temporary sink is right there. But, so, decided to do the same thing we did by the bed. Add a little cubby in here. And we'll probably do some like nice looking like wood shelves of some kind. Maybe spices, something like that. So, I need to go pull some sheets out of the trailer. I need a full sheet for this. A couple of odds and ends here to do. And then I think I've got another sheet and a half that I'll need in the closet. And then that'll be, other than these end cap pieces, which I'm just holding off on because I'm going to do a little flush trimming on those, and I'm going to wait till we're doing taping and stuff. So these end pieces will be sheetrocked up to here, but I'm not going to do that yet. So anyway, I got this last big piece here, a little strip there, a little strip there, then a strip in the cubby by the bed. And then there's a couple little pieces in the closet to do. I'll show you this other thing I was working on today. Pardon the mess. So, as you can see here, I've got a joint. That chipped out a little bit there, but not a big deal. I've got a joint here, and then there's another one right down here. And neither of those lined up with these 3/4 inch pieces of plywood for this door. So what I did is had some scrap pieces of 1x, which is 3/4 inch in width, and I popped one in there, and I popped one right there on those joints, and then ran a set of screws through. So that was a little thing I needed to do. It didn't happen on the other one because that was a full vertical sheet. It just happened here because we got joints. So, a couple little odds and ends today. Trying to get wrapped up here shortly. The game plan, like I said, is just to get this little partition piece knocked out, and probably call it a day. Didn't get a whole lot done. It's snowing right now. I'll show you. More sleeting actually. Snowed a little bit earlier. We need the moisture though, so another good day to work inside. It was super nice yesterday. 50 degrees. Hence a lot of the snow's melted, but I was mainly hanging out with Greta yesterday while Megan was working, so other than that, as far as updates, once I get this wrapped up, the other piece is moving on to the bathroom. I'll show you what we're working on. So there'll be a sheet. I got some shims kind of jam in there. Got a full sheet that'll go across there. Kind of a big piece there, a little scrapper, big piece across, a couple big pieces here. This is going to take some finagling over here to get a sheet in here. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this yet. It's going to suck. And I was looking at framing that in, but because of how tight this is for sheetrock, I think I'm going to sheetrock these walls first, but then frame that out. That'll make it a little bit easier, I think. So, because it's going to suck getting pieces back here. Top here won't be that bad. And just some odds and ends right in here. We got this piece in the other day, that nailer, cut some foam out of the way, so that piece of sheetrock can go across. So those are all the little odds and ends we've been working on. But I got to pick up the mold resistant sheetrock for this. I've got several sheets left once I'm done. The rest of this, a couple little things for that front entrance of the apartment. So we should have enough sheetrock to finish that. I'm holding off for now, but I need to get the moisture stuff in here. So I got to pick up, I think, about 12 sheets at least. So that'll be probably this upcoming weekend, hopefully. I'm hoping to have all this hung before the weather breaks. This bathroom is going to be the most work though. Lots of little corners, odds and ends, getting stuff in. Got this vanity that I gotta get behind. I gotta make some cuts. I gotta pull stuff off the wall. I mean, there's a lot going on in here. This is gonna be more complicated than anything else, and there's just not as much space to work. So, anywho, show you the final product here. Got the cubby done, and all of the rest of this done. So what we'll probably do is put some type of wood in here, a couple shelves. I don't know, there's a lot we could do, but be sort of maybe like a spice rack or something. But all done. This literally leaves just a tiny little sliver over by the bed for me to do, and then on to the bathroom. Not looking forward to that. I will show you something else that's fun. Ta-da! All the drywall is gone. I do have 9 sheets in the garage still for the front wall and a couple of little odds and ends. But started with 48 sheets down to 9. And they're all out of this trailer. Which is good and bad because now this means I can clean this out, and once we don't have snow, once the roads are open again, I will go to town and pick up another somewhere between 12 and 15 sheets of the moisture guard stuff. So, anywho, pretty excited about that. There's a lot of drywall. 75 pounds per sheet, 48 sheets that I hauled. Not entirely sure what that is. Let's see. My math isn't really good, but close to a couple tons. So, stay tuned for bathroom. We'll get to sheetrocking that here hopefully sooner than later. Like to have this all done before spring is here. And then some networking stuff that I gotta finish with getting service broadcast from the apartment to the cabin office.